Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for April 10th, 2024. We're just going to look at the current watches and warnings real quick here. As you know, the Gulf Coast has had heavy rain extending from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all the way through Mobile and into the Florida Panhandle. Right now in the Florida Panhandle, we have heavy rain that's coming into the counties west of Tallahassee, Florida. This is for Geneva County, Houston County, and southeastern Alabama towards just south of Dothan, Alabama. So if you're coming up 231 towards Dothan, Alabama, Highway US, Highway 231, be very careful. Flash flood warning is in effect for that area. As well as the Panhandle of Florida, Jackson County. So if you're in Mariana, be very careful. Walton County and Washington County in the Panhandle of Florida. Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain. Rainfall amounts of 2 to 3 inches have occurred across portions of the warned area. Flash flooding caused by thunderstorms is the primary threat, and some lightning may be embedded in some of these storms as well. So if you're coming through the Panhandle, if you're coming through I-10, through Chipley, Bonifay, the Funny Springs, Mariana, Dothan, like I mentioned, and then also towards Santa Rosa Beach and out here toward Panama City Beach, be very careful as these storms are racing off east-northeast at 31 knots here, and they are sort of bow echoing out here toward Port St. Joe. So if you're coming along US Highway 98, Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, and toward Panama City and Tyndall Air Force Base, be very careful. These storms are bow echoing out here and producing strong winds, lightning, and heavy rainfall inches, about 2 inches an hour here in this area. So once again, there's a flash flood warning in effect for both Bay County and the Panhandle of Florida. Doppler rainfall, but thunderstorms producing heavy rainfall. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly there. So if you're coming up 231 from Panama City up through Vernon and to back to I-10 to Chipley, and also in Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, Apalachicola, those areas, Tyndall Air Force Base, and all those areas in the harbor there coming up US Highway 98 there. As you can see, all those areas getting heavy rain, Callaway, and these are heading up along 231, lining up right along there, heading back up towards I-10 there. What you can see in the wider view here, we have storms out here that may be producing water spouts here across the Gulf of Mexico. So there's a marine warning out, a special marine warning in effect for the Bay Area there for coastal waters off Apalachicola to Cockney River and Mexico Beach to Apalachicola out to 20 nautical miles. Now this could water spouts, like I said, and wind gusts in excess of 50 knots out here on the coast. So you don't want to be boating out here off the coast of Mexico Beach, Apalachicola, Port St. Joe here. As you can see, these are some rotational storms that could be producing water spouts. But back on land here, you can see heavy rain along I-10 from Tallahassee 319. This is a heavily populated area. On the northeast side of Tallahassee and also on the southeast side of Tallahassee by the airport. Heavy rain is being reported in Gaston County from Quincy up to the rest area on I-10 there, and also heading toward Bainbridge, Georgia, and southern Georgia in Bainbridge, and up to Dothan in Alabama and Albany. This is all be pushing toward I-75 here towards Tifton, Moultrie, and up to Cordele, Georgia. All this will be pushing up there in another northeast in about another hour, crossing the I-75 corridor. And this heavy rain is indicated by the yellows and oranges there. These are the only flash flood warnings we have, and special marine warnings we have in the Gulf Coast. Earlier today, we had storms out back out west there. In the Louisiana area, as you can see here as well. So I just want to show you these areas of rain here that we have. These are the 3 warnings that we have here in the area. Now we can take a look at some other radars here in the area. Let's take a look at some other rain that's falling in the central part here. If we go up to the Birmingham, Alabama radar here, you can see that there is more rain falling up this way towards Atlanta, Columbus here, and all of that coming along I-85. Be very careful coming through Montgomery, Auburn, Valley, LaGrange, and up through the Atlanta area, metro area, and taking 185 into Columbus. I didn't say 185. Rain is extending up towards Atlanta as well, but these are light showers in nature and not flash flood or severe warned at all. But they just want to show you that there are showers going on in the area. So the Gulf Coast area is continuing to get hit hard by all these storms. The good news is that there's no tornado warnings in Florida Panhandle or in the southeast Alabama, as that instability is there, but it hasn't produced anything too crazy. So we just have the flash flood warnings to be in effect, lightning, and also we have to be very careful. Turn around, don't drown. We have to be very careful. If you're on boating out there, there's a lot of water spouts from Panama City to Port St. Joe to Apalachicola out to 20 nautical miles in the Gulf of Mexico. So be very careful with that as well. And this is going to continue throughout the rest of the night as these storms make its way through. So just want to give you that update there. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll talk to you on the next episode.